Good morning, you guys. And is it a beautiful morning? Look at this. This is the Ruby Supreme. It's yellow. It is almost ripe, you guys. I am so excited. Look at this big one up here. It's hanging. It's not quite ripe yet. So, two ways you can tell if it's ripe, by the smell and by the color. So on this one, it is yellow. Yellow usually means it is about ripe. And if you smell it, I'm going to get close enough. If you smell it, or if you give it a little twist, it should just, woo! It should just pop right off of the stem. Look at that. Look at that stem right there. It just literally popped right off. Okay, this is how yellow it looks compared to even this one on the tree branch. Isn't that crazy? So you just give it a little twist. See how I have this bag here? It's literally just sitting on that stem. So if you just twist it, it'll just pop right off. There's no need to like force it to come off. It'll just automatically come right off. So you can see right here, it came out without any issue. Right there, see? Clean cut, I guess. But look at it. And when you smell it, oh, I wish this camera has the ability to smell. Like it has a, what do you call that? An olfactory? Is that what they call the smell? I wish I could send you the smell, you guys, and the taste. Too bad. They need to make something that can give you guys the ability to taste and smell just what I taste and smell. I think I can literally sniff this fruit all day long. Me sniffing fruit. Oh, you guys. It smells so good, like a tropical smoothie. Tropical guava smoothie. You can almost just get a high from the fruit smell. I love it. Okay, so this is another giant big one. Look at that size compared to this size. This one is way bigger than this one, but this one has chosen to ripe, so we're gonna eat it. The guava, they tend to fruit on the new growth. So I want to show you. So this here is the old growth from last year, and stems the fruit. Then from here, this is where I pruned it off to create new growth. And this is the new growth for just this year. I literally did this like a couple months ago. And look, new flower buds are forming. Not that I really wanted to, because we are approaching fall. And actually, I had to remove like 14 small, like barely even green, kind of like this. A little bit smaller than that. Just so it can put concentration and nutrients into the bigger ones that I have. That way it could fruit and ripen before winter hits. And as you can tell, we are already in November. But I got it in zone 7B, and although we don't have a harsh winter, we do get frost a couple nights. So this fruit tree is definitely going to come in. It is a very small, I look at this, like my stake is bigger than the actual tree itself. Isn't that crazy? But this tree has produced such prolific fruit. Like, I am amazed at it. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now this one is smaller than the other two that we ate prior, which I did a video on for our first tasting ever. And my husband and my little girl, well, she's not little anymore, she's bigger than me, but I call her little. She will always be little. So my little girl and I and my husband all loved it. The Ruby Supreme is a really, it's a sweeter variety of the guava fruit, and it has the pink inside, and it's creamy. I do have other variety of guava. This one I bought in Florida. And it's doing really good. I have two of them, this one here and that one over there. Now they, for some reason, have not produced any flowers or fruit this year, so I guess I'm just letting it grow this year. There's not a name on it, but when I bought it at the nursery, it says it was a Mexican guava. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but here's a picture of it, and I think it's supposed to be white on the inside, so it's more crunchy than the Ruby Supreme. The Ruby Supreme, when it is ripened, it's gonna be more creamy in texture when you eat it, which we can attest to that. But I haven't had the chance to taste this yet, and I was hoping we'll get some fruit this year from this tree, because they are actually a lot bigger. You can see the base of the tree is a lot bigger than my Ruby Supreme, and the stalks are coming on really strong, but still no fruit. So maybe next year, who knows? But right now, it looks like this Ruby Supreme is going to give me fruit all through the winter. Now, if I can learn how to propagate it, I tried it by cutting, but the cuttings all died from root rot. I think if I wait enough, I can maybe do air layering on some of them and maybe get a couple more. If I can get a couple more, definitely I'll get more than one fruit per sitting. Because between 3 people sharing one fruit at a time, you only get just enough that you want more, but never overly enough that you're like, okay, I'm done with the guava for a couple of days. But look at this. I mean, she's so little, and yet she's giving off so much fruit. Now look at this branch over here. It's so heavy, because this is where this other one came from over here, where I tied it off right there. That's the nub. You could see this small little thing is bearing this big of a fruit. All of them were hanging, even this one, look at that. So they're definitely holding on strong. Look at this branch holding this big massive one. I would say this is the size of a little bit smaller than a baseball size. This is more of a softball size. So that's my reference to sport relating to fruit. So baseball size, softball size fruit. So the Ruby Supreme can get pretty big size fruit, and those, I mean, if I could get more of this size, I think I would make guava smoothies. Ooh, that'd be so good. So good, you guys. But right now we are only getting 1 or 2 at a time. So, you know, why blend it when you can just sink your teeth into it? So that's an update. It is currently at almost second week into November. We have approached a couple of days in the high 70s and low 50s, so I leave it outside to get as much sunlight as possible. Today is a little bit overcast, but this is how it's going to ripen the fruit for me. I'm not sure how these new fruit buds will do when I have to take it inside, because this next week we're going to drop back down into the 30s and I cannot leave it outside. So I am going to baby this tree along with all my other ones. I do have a papaya, I have some lychee, I have some kaimito trees. You guys, the kaimito, if you have ever tasted a kaimito, let me tell you, that taste will stay with you forever. I did a video on tasting it for the first time since I've been in America. I was adopted from Vietnam, and since coming to America, I've never ate the fruit since then, until like this summer. I bought some from Laura's farm down in Florida, and let me tell you, the taste and the smell brings back memories from Vietnam that I don't even remember I had. I mean, it's like a subtle hints and memories that comes flooding back from tasting a fruit. So taste and smell, you guys. It does wonders to the brain. I cannot wait to show you guys. I don't have any fruit of my own on them, but again, I am sidetracking. I do have a lot of tropical fruits that are in the works, but this guava is the only one that's producing right now. Just a little teaser. These are the other guavas I have. Here is my Kaimito tree. Sorry. It is a little bit bigger than how I got it. I think I got this one from Etsy. Online. Etsy. I can't remember what the nursery was. It was somewhere in Dominican Republic, I believe. And then these are the tiny little seedlings that came up from the fruit that I bought at Laura's Farming. Now, I don't believe that the fruit will be true to what I actually got as the fruit, because the seedling will vary just like a child. They have different traits. Even though they look similar to the parents, they are not the same as the parents. That's what seedling will do. So I don't know if they will be any good, but I am going to grow them because they are growing. You can see if you have chickens or guinea fowls, they do come and eat all the leaves. So I try to put a netting around it, but that still doesn't prevent them. You can see this one is being eaten up alive. So they are very precious. They are very expensive fruit when you try to get tropical fruit online. They are very expensive. So I'm going to baby them. I hope within 2 or 3 years they will produce for me, and then I can taste it and see if I want to keep them. Now, if they're not good, then of course there's no point in keeping them. But they could be sweeter, they could be better, I don't know. And you won't know until you taste the fruit. Not every seed will produce the same exact clone of the parents. So that's the only difference in seedlings. Of course, I have a guava here that hasn't produced at all. This is a lychee. It's doing way better than how it looked. So I'm super excited to see if I can actually get any lychee from the tree. We also have a rose apple, some jackfruit. Here is my rose apple here. It's doing a lot better, sitting out new green growth compared to how it looked before. And then these are my 2 jackfruit right here. One here, one here. Excuse the mess in the background. We're still under construction on this homestead. But yeah, those are the 2 jackfruit I have. I cannot remember the variety. Bought them at, most of my plants came from fastgrowingtree.com. Fastgrowingtree.com, while they are not the cheapest to buy your tree from, they are good quality, and they have 1 month's kind of a warranty on them. Sorry, I'm still sniffing this guava that I have in my hand. Or you can buy 1 year warranty on them. If you do buy a tropical fruit in a non-tropical zone, may I suggest you spend that little money and get that warranty, because it is worth it. I mean, for $30, if you're spending $100 on a tree for another $25 or $30, you don't know if it's gonna like the soil conditions you have if you repot it, or if it's gonna survive the transplant. So I personally got it, and it has helped out on some of the plants. And other ones like this Ruby Supreme don't need it, but man, I would really regret it if I could never bear the fruit. So yeah, let me show you once everything grows a little bit more and fruit a little bit more. But right now, the only thing that's fruiting is this beautiful Ruby Supreme guava. Out of all of them, if you like rich, creamy flavor with, it's honestly not too sweet. It's got just enough sweet in it that I think you will really enjoy it. And I like my fruit a little bit sweet. Now the Kamito, on the other hand, this is like a milky sweet flavor. If you don't like sweet fruit, I definitely wouldn't recommend buying the Kamito. But the guava, definitely go for it, you guys. I would definitely recommend it. If I could only have one tropical fruit tree, I think it would be this Ruby Supreme Guava. Hard to say, but I haven't tasted all the other one. I love my jackfruit. I don't know if that variety is what I'm going to get, but once everything fruits and I can try them all, I'm going to have to do a review. But for now, The most recommended fruit is the Ruby Supreme Guava. I hope you guys are having a great day. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. We're almost reaching 1,000 subscribers, you guys. I am so excited. I never thought this could be possible, and due to you guys watching, subscribing, and just, you know, pros and cons of everything, thank you so much for being there, for all your support. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey, everybody. Look, I am getting ready to cut the Ruby Guava Supreme. This is the one that fell off the tree. Finally getting a chance. So it's been ripe for about a day. Look at it. Beautiful in color. So we're going to slice it. Pretty smooth. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Perfect pink color. And it smells glorious. I wish I can share with you what this smells like and tastes like. Okay. Now, I have heard that people have had some success in propagating the seed. There's really not a lot of seed. Look at that. You can see it just has a slight sliver of the outer skin, which you can eat. And then it's literally all pink with a little bit of seed. You can see some seeds along here. If I can actually have enough seed, I will definitely consider saving the seeds to propagate. Okay, there's a couple seeds over here. You can see them right there. I'm going to try. Okay, I am able to get a couple of seeds. But honestly, there's not that many seeds in there. Now, a lot of guava does have the hard seed on the inside. So when you eat it, it's kind of like eating a watermelon with seeds, although the seeds in the watermelon is a lot softer. These seeds are a lot harder, so you kind of just have to get a feel for them. I don't know if you can see that. And then you just kind of swallow them. You can get it. I'm in the kitchen and my daughter wants to do other things, and I'm just telling her she can go ahead and do it. She's the one with the sniffles. I think it's allergy season for her for some reason. Either that or she's getting sick. Okay. So, are you able to see that? I really want you to see that. So, here's the little bit of seed that I dug from the hole. Here's the hole. There's really not much at all. And this is a smaller fruit than the other ones that we've tried. Look at that. I cut through. Still no seed, really. No seed on this side either. Okay, I'm going to taste this one.
Don't eat it all. Your dad's different, so.
That's the spot. There's a couple. That's where the penguins spawn. The Artesis in the desert. The Spinosis.
It's creamy.
And let's see, where does the rest spawn? So there's just a couple spots.
So good.
That's where they spawn.
Okay, here's a cut right here. This one has a little bit more seed. You can see along here, but still not enough. I don't know if the seeds really are viable. That's my husband talking about a video game.
You can hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Well,
It's gonna
if we
be.
can hear it, they probably can.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is a lot smaller, so I'm gonna have to cut things a little bit smaller just so we can have more of a bite and thoroughly enjoy it. Look at that clean cut. So good. I'm digging out the seed to try to see if I can propagate it.
Me and Dad would eat them.
Hmm?
Me and Dad would just eat the seed.
Yeah, my child and my husband would eat the seed.
Maybe we'll grow under their belly.
Well, you don't want fruit to grow in your belly.
But there's the element crafter. You get a little craft element.
Okay, so I was able to get a couple seeds, but look, this is it for the seed over here in this corner. And a lot of them just has the yummy richness to it as opposed to the seed. All right, Rini, you ready for one?
Yeah.
Let me have this one. I took out the seed. She's gonna try it.
Take the seed out of here.
Oh, I tried.
No, you didn't. Look, there's 3 seeds right there.
Oh.
Well, I could eat the skin, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I wonder if I cut down this way, if I could see more of the seeds. Nope. Okay, I try to just cut it straight down the middle. You don't even see the seed. My daughter happens to find the one seed. Okay. Mmm. Rich cream. That's how I can describe it. I don't know if that's any seeds in there.
Oh, another one.
Okay, I found 3 seeds. But that way is a little bit gross to try to do it that way. So good, you guys. Well worth the money, well worth the investment. I would definitely recommend this Ruby Supreme Guava. Go out and buy one. If you love guava, this is a really superb one. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. This is another taste of the Ruby Supreme Guava. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.